Welcome to Roslindale. Well, winter has finally hit. It's cold. So we've reinstituted the snow couches. We're out here having some s'mores earlier, so that's what's on my face. If you can see my beard close enough. Don't watch in HD. We're out here having a little cocktail. It's a beautiful weekend night. And it's nights like this that make me hearken to warmer days, spring days even, all the way back to the spring of, what am I getting at here? 2019, I think is what this long-winded dramatic bullshit is all about. So don't get mad at me, but we're gonna look at yet another Norway maple. Sorry, I am sorry, but this one's been kind of fun. This is Norway maple number 3. It was started as a stick in a pot. First video, it's from 2 years ago, its first spring. So we're gonna go all the way back to that first video, and we're gonna look at the progress that it's made. So come, join me on this trip back in time. We're gonna stop. And yet another crap maple. Potted. Ah. Let's call it halfway decent. Yeah, so today we're just going to try to repot and maybe prune up Norway maples number 3 and 4. As you can see, they're in need of repot. Ting. So let's just get at it. Holy crap, these things are crazy. Wow, I can't even get the moss off the top. Wow, the root plane was way below the soil on these guys. I didn't realize that. You're gonna get a little bit of extra movement out of that. Look at that. Get even wider. So let's just cut it here and see what happens. Jesus, that is wild. Look at that. I just want to show you where I'm at. Here's the tree. And I've gotten it down to what I would call a manageable root base. And I think that's all I'm going to do this year. But yeah, there's still a lot of messy, crossing, matted yuck, but I've got it more or less flat, which is a big improvement from all that. So I'm going to call it a day and throw it in a pot. Maybe pick a wider pot this time. I'll see what I got. I think I found the perfect pot. This is my apple air layer, but that shit's dead. New pot, new pot. Hope you can hear me. Okay, good. All right. So foist things foist. I am going to actually keep this guy as a sacrifice branch to hopefully thick up the trunk even more from this point down. So we're going to keep that, but we're going to get rid of this guy and this guy because they are useless to us. And they're coming from the inside of a curve, this being the curve here. Now the next thing we got to deal with is this situation here. What a mess. We've got long ass branch, long internode, but it bifurcates, which is nice. I don't like this one because it goes straight up. But then we've got these buds coming off right in that crotch. And then we've got another even lesser branch back here. Somewhere in all that mess, we've got to pick first branch. And God, I wish it were this one, but that's such a long internode. And this one just goes too straight up. So I think I've just answered one of my... And I can't do this one, because then I'll have a huge scar right in front of it. I think I'm going to get rid of this guy, this little guy in the back. I'm going to get rid of the guy going straight up. Hear me out. Just wait. Hang with me here. Oh, crap. And then I'm going to get rid of that dead nub. I'm going to rub this bud off in here. And I'm going to keep that bud in case this branch doesn't do what I want it to do, or gets too big too fast, or dies, because I've done a horrible job pruning that. I've peeled a bunch of bark off by accident right there. So that's my insurance policy. That's where I want the branch to be. It's kind of coming at you, but that's okay, I think. So now I've got this as first branch, and hopefully I can build more branching. This tree will probably end up being, ideally something like this, but probably bigger at the end of the day. So I guess that's not the worst case scenario for an internode. Hopefully it'll be smaller after that. Okay, now we got to deal with the apex, and I think all I'm going to do... God, do I even chop it? Yeah, I'm going to chop it. I've got a set of buds right there. I like all this. I'm not going to touch any of this. I'm just going to take off... I'm going to leave a little bit of room for dieback. So there's the buds right there. And I'm going to take off all of last year's growth. Another little pool sticky looking thing. Maybe I'll also... No, that's... Well... So clearly this is going to be the leader up here if these guys break. Because this thickness here, this taper following this line here, is always going to be more dominant than this, even if I wanted that. So what I'm going to do... All right, I've talked myself into it. I'm just going to take off this terminal bud here. And that's it. Okay. Please live. But the clear winner of the small Norway maple division is this guy, which is Norway maple number, 3, 5, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but this was literally just a stump. I think it was just this part of the stump that I potted up. And since then, I've built, kind of by accident, a pretty interesting trunk line. However way you look at this, there are nice, interesting angles, some cool movement, good taper. There's going to be some big scars, but those don't bother me like they bother some people. I chopped it right here. It didn't bifurcate exactly how I thought it would. It died back to here. But then it sent out this new leader, which is awesome movement. It's starting to get some ramification in the back here. I'll have to prune this all again next year. We did repot it in the spring, so I won't repot it again next year. But it's just looking healthy and pretty freaking sweet. So I'll chop off that nub in the spring. We'll prune it back. I'm going to let this guy down here grow for a little bit of a sacrifice branch. But for the most part, it looks awesome. Somehow.